analyze everything about myself, about how I view the world, about how I view my workplace, how about I view my family, my friendship, my marriage. This is my thinking place. And sometimes I think about my relationship with Jesus. This place, this car, my conversation always happens with Jesus. It really does. Because without Him in my life, without me giving my life to Him, I don't know if I would have made it through any kind of trial and tribulations, whether it's small or big. We've all been through stuff. But this is my time to analyze everything, the good and the bad. So what do I analyze myself? I analyze, was I a service of other people? Was I kind? Was I mean? Did I gossip? Was I being a good example? Did I help someone in need? Did I criticize somebody? Or was I impatient with my mom? Was I impatient with my dad? Or was I impatient with my husband, my sister, my friend? Well, I analyze everything about me, how I treat other people, and how I talk to people, or the tone when I talk to people. I also analyze my work. You're probably saying, well, why would you analyze your work? You're off. What you do on a day-to-day basis, you may do for your family, yourself, but you also have to do for Jesus, and put our work with passion, love, integrity, honesty. You put yourself into that. So when I say about when I analyze my work, why could I have been better? Could I have been more patient? Am I afraid? And am I not taking a leap of faith and just trust in God to do what I know is right? Or trusting God to guide me to do the right thing in my work field and do it right? Because we all are afraid to make mistakes, but mistakes are lessons to be learned. We cannot be better at our marriage, at our relationship, in our life, or our work if we don't make mistakes, honest mistakes. You learn from it, and you move forward, and you know better, and you become better at it. And don't be shameful of your mistakes. You make a mistake, share it with others so they won't make it. There are people always afraid to share it. No, we made a mistake for a reason, so we can guide other people not to make the same mistake. We don't want them to go through what we went through, or feel bad, or feel like, oh my gosh, that was embarrassing. I don't want anybody else to be embarrassed for the same mistake that I made. You know, I am an open book, and I love to help people. I love people, even though sometimes there are very trying people out there, and you just kind of like gotta bite your tongue and just accept and embrace them. And sometimes it doesn't happen that way, and we have to pray about it and ask for forgiveness, because I don't like feeling the hatefulness or the evilness or the anger or the bitterness. I don't like that. That's like the waste of emotions. So those are the things that I analyze about my work, because I know with my weaknesses and with my strength, I know that I could do better. Every day we all could do better. We all could do better at our job. We could all do better how we speak to people, how we treat people, how we treat our kids, how we treat our husbands, wives, whatever. we can do better, and we have to analyze it, because if we don't analyze our day, our human self, what we put out into the world, what we put out to our job, what we put out to our family, then we're really not taking accountability or recognizing the wrongs that we've done, or the rights. Sometimes we do right. So that's what I think. I analyze myself for my day. We're all workers, most of us, and we try to provide. We all worry about our bills, we worry about our house, we worry about our jobs, we worry about losing our jobs, we worry about not making people happy, we worry about all that stuff. You need to stop worrying, and I need to keep telling myself every day, I need to stop worrying and just be me, but be the loving me, and treat other people the way I want to be treated, and not stressed out so much, because all this stuff is temporarily. Your body is temporarily. You need to treat your body with respect, and you need to take care of it, because it really doesn't belong to you. It belongs to God. Your house, take care of it. You are blessed with a home. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to God. The property, the land, same thing. Doesn't belong to you. It belongs to God. Your job doesn't belong to you. It belongs to God. You need to put your best effort in everything you do, and you do it for Him. This part took me a long time to even think about it or see it. Because during COVID, I wanted to get out. I wanted to move to another state. I wanted a fresh life. I wanted to have a country life. I wanted a country life. I've always wanted a country life, but I never thought my husband would want that. So I wanted to farm. I wanted cows. I wanted chickens. I wanted to work. I wanted to work on my land that I could be proud of and do things that is natural, a natural way. And do I feel it's too late for me? Probably, because I'm 48 years old and I'm already having these issues with my hands and stuff, but I'm gonna be okay. I really am. But I wanted to move out. I wanted to get out of state. And luckily I didn't, because my family needed me. My sister, her husband, and his rest of the entire family got COVID. And I ended up taking care of my sister by shopping. That was all I could do, is shop for them, get the food. I wanted to do more. I'm one of the group of people, I want to get my hands dirty and help people. I wanted to do more, but unfortunately I couldn't do more. And my mom and my dad were exposed for my sister, so I was stressed out. I was stressed out that they're going to get COVID, and I brought them water. I made sure they had a heart monitor. I wanted them to have a heart monitor, because when you get COVID, you need to monitor your heart. Then I find out that my son was around my sister, so then I was worried about my son. So I was freaking out. My human me was freaking out. And it got to the point that I was afraid that I was actually truly going to be left behind. I thought my sister, my brother-in-law, my mom, my dad, and my son were all going to die of COVID, and I'm going to be left behind. all by myself. I love my husband. I do. Don't get me wrong. I love my husband, but my family was gonna leave me, and that freaked me out. So luckily I didn't move because I was able to give them. They're all okay. They're all fine, healthy could be. Mom and dad never got it, and my son never got it, so they're good. So I wanted to move out, right? And I'm looking around my house, and I could remember, and my son also could remember this. There was a time that we had $5 in the bank. We would have to use credit card to get groceries, and we were living in an apartment, or we were living in a trailer, or we were living in a rental home, and we really thought we were just going to live or rent for the rest of our lives, and that was fine. We had a roof over our head, and we were struggling with food. A lot of people didn't know this. I had to actually spread the food for the month and spread them out. I had to put in containers, I had to freeze them, and it was work. We had to figure it out. We ate small. You know, when you have a teenage kid, sometimes that was kind of impossible because he literally, let me tell you, we bought a 5-pound carton of soda and we had to spread them out for the month. That child of mine woke up and ate all those 5 pounds of carton of soda in one night. We were living because we didn't have any more money left to buy food. So we had to control it. We had to lock the fridge. Yep, I sure did. I locked the fridge because we were struggling. Nobody knew this. We didn't want to ask for help. We just kept doing what we got to do as a family. So we ended up renting a house, I think it's in Wildomar, and we will always see the sign on the freeway, and my husband and I will stare at that sign. We will stare at that sign for so long. It's like, how pretty, how neat, building new housing areas over there, but that would be like impossible for us. We would stare at it. Like every time we would pick up my son at my parents' house, and we would go from our work and we would go home and we would stare at that sign. So one day we decided to, let's see if we could get a house. And we went for a realtor that was recommended by a friend, and we went to looking at houses after houses. We kept underbidding the houses. We kept losing the houses that we wanted. And so one day she says, just try this new area they're being built and you might have a good chance of getting the house. You don't have to put a bid in and see if you qualify for the loan. So we were like, okay, well, we have nothing to lose. Not like it's confirmed that we're going to buy the house, right? So we fill out the loan. Next thing you know, we got approved, and everything was just going so fast. So fast. I was having anxiety. I was waiting for the shoe to drop because it was too good to be true. We got the house that was in during the recession, and the house was being sold for $400 or $500. We ended up getting it for, I think, $190. And a brand new home. It wasn't even built yet. And my husband and I were freaking out, like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm telling you, that was not us. That was all God's plans. That was Jesus. That was a gift that He given us. And we actually didn't realize that the community that we purchased our home was the same billboard that we were staring at, I want to say, for a good year, maybe 6 months, maybe 6 months to a year, we were building at. Well, lo and behold, We actually bought the house that the billboard was advertising, that my husband and I were looking at, and we said that could never happen to us. So then I thought, why was I freaking out? Why did I want to hurry up and leave this house? That wasn't even our plans. That house was not our plans. That was all, oh God, that was a gift that He had given us. And I wanted to move out and give up on that house that He gave me. That right there is a miracle itself, that we got a home and we loved it. We fell in love with it. So I even looked at my house during the shutdown. I'm staring at my house, and even when I got back to work, I was still contemplating to move out, but I'm like, what was I thinking? What I really wanted was my family to come with us, and we all staying in a one household where we're all going to take care of each other and protect each other. But nobody wanted that. I still want that. I still want all of us to be in one place, in one huge house, or multiple houses, on a land. I still want that. But that's a dream. That's never going to happen because my family is set in their ways and they want to stay where they're at. And I don't blame them, because if I feel what I feel about my house and I want to stay in my house because that was God's plan, I understand. So I said, to my husband, I've always wanted a country home, and this community that we live in is never going to be a country farm home. So why can't I design my kitchen? Now, God blessed me with that house, and my kitchen is, we didn't know what we were doing when we picked the cabinets, or when we picked the granite of the color of it. We didn't know what we were doing because it was new to us, and we were just kind of going with the flow. And I was happy with it for a while because it was new, it was beautiful. But I painted my house. I had a longevity for my work. I got a bonus from that longevity, so I was able to buy things for the house and design it, and it's looking beautiful. And I look at my kitchen, and it's just, I think I just had no heart in that kitchen because my son is no longer there, and I have no boys. My husband and my son are my boys, and they would just devour the food that I would make, and it just made me feel so good. And I love cooking, I really do. And my husband can tell you, I haven't cooked in a while. I'm always working. I'm a hard-working woman, and it's draining for us hard of hearing people. It's more tiring and more exhausting for us. We have to do maybe quadruple the work and try to compensate for our hearing loss. We've always been that way. Some of us have always been that way. So when I analyzed everything, and I realized that my body's temporary, me being on earth is temporary, my house is temporary, everything that is temporary here, that belongs to God. It really does. So my house belongs to God. So I look at my kitchen and you know what? I'm going to change my kitchen. And I'm going to make it beautiful for God. I'm going to create it and make it look pretty and see what He thinks. Well, how am I supposed to know what He thinks? See if He blesses me with the kitchen that I've designed or that I want to be happy with. And if it goes through, that means He's happy with it. It means that He likes the idea. He likes my vision, and He likes stuff. Because I want to cook again. I've been doing a lot of banking for my people in my work because I'm trying to get back to that mode. I was like really sad and depressed for a long time when my son left. I still am. You know, it is what it is. So, yeah, things are going to change in my house, and it's God's house, and it's going to be beautiful if he grants it, and if he likes it. If he doesn't, that means he doesn't like it. So I got to figure out another way to look at it. So that's what I do in my car. I think all kinds of stuff. I analyze my work, I analyze myself, I analyze how I talk to people, I analyze how I treat people, and I think about my kitchen. Then I think about my dog. Then I think about how I talk to my husband. So this is my thinking area. Guys, life is temporary. And we just have to be a better children of God. And we just need to embrace the moment. And we only live once. And I pray for everybody. I really do. I am the type of person that panics and freaks out like I did with COVID. And it just, you have to think about your day. And you need to think about your day and your relationship with God. Like, have you spoken to Him today? Have you said a prayer? Or have you told Him you're sorry because you gossiped or whatever? That's how I am. And there are days I don't speak to Him, and that day that I don't speak to Him, I don't feel good. I really don't. I feel depressed. We gotta keep your eye on Jesus. You have to keep your eye on Jesus. Don't lose sight. And what I'm learning so hard, I am learning and I'm learning it, but it's so hard. Walk by faith, not by sight. Do not be consumed with worldly things, and those are the things that you cannot take with you. Do not live for worldly things, because those things that you cannot take with you. There was something about a movie that I saw. Everybody's like, why does she have this? Why does she have that? She's very happy, or he's very happy. You know? The devil works in a very, very intelligent way. That person may be happy and have all the great things, but he or she who does not believe in the Lord and just not recognize Him is the one's gonna suffer. And they suffer the most. I do not want people to be like that. I don't want anybody to suffer. I want everybody to get along, and I want everybody to keep their eyes on Jesus, because once you do, you know what is right. You know what you need to do, and you'll be able to treat people better, and the world will be a much better place. We are going to have disagreements and arguments, but at the end of the day, at the end of the arguments, you gotta hug and you gotta love each other. Just all this is temporarily. Everybody, I'm one of them. We debate about the government. They have no control. They have no power. God has control. He has the power. Everybody trusts the government's going to take care of them. God will provide. God will take care of you. If you keep thinking that, then you'll be okay. It's okay to trust man, because sometimes God will put them as the vessel to do the work. But not 100% of it. Trust God. And Like I said, this is my thinking place. This is what I think about all my day. And this is what I'm sharing with you. And know that He loves you. He thinks of you every day. And all He wants is a relationship with you. And that's how I try my best to be a better human being. That's all I can do. I mean, and pray for other people. And just do for Him. Work for Him. I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. And yeah, you need to trust in God, and that way He can help you out, be a better human being. I'm finally home. Just trust in Him, guys. Life is temporarily. We're going to be in a better place soon, and we're going to celebrate. And we can talk about our experience in this world that we've been in. That's what it is. We are experiencing what here on this earth that we can share amongst each other what we like best. Right now, what I like best, my plaid pajamas. They're so comfortable. The material stuff. That's probably the only best thing that I like, a worldly thing, is my plaid pajamas. And my human, gotta pick my husband. He's been amazing. Let's see what else. Fur babies. So far, the number one fur baby is this Tank. Even though we were bad a battle. It's temporary, guys. Just trust in Him, and you're going to be fine. I love you guys. Be a beacon of light. Be of hope. Be of service to other people. God bless, and I love you.